The commentary around this does my head in.
Yeah.
So everyone talks about momentum. You can't...
Momentum, hardest thing to stop in football.
You can't stop it, apparently. And there's a lot of teams, and we've seen this, especially over the last probably 4 weeks, teams leading 4.5, 3, 4, 5 goals at three-quarter time, and they're getting done.
Yeah.
Due to momentum or due to quickly changing the game style, like everything's on the table, like have a crack.
Yeah.
Thoughts about momentum, thoughts about if you're sitting there at three-quarter time and you're up by 24 points, do you change, and you're winning, do you change your mindset in terms of your game style? Or
let's go through the questions one at a time, because I'll forget the third one.
So firstly, what are your thoughts on momentum in football?
It's the hardest thing to stop. And with the 6-6-6 rule now, you can't sit 3 players behind the ball when a goal's been kicked. And we can see Leeds, like the Pies last week, Leeds get devoured pretty quickly these days. As we know, and it's like all the little things, the ball starts bouncing your way, bounces over your head, bounces on its point and runs the other way. Like the free kicks go your way, and it's very, very hard to stop. And we all talk about it, just try and get the footy and chip it around. But somehow you just get sucked into the run of play. It's like ping pong and table tennis. So, it's the hardest thing to stop in football. I don't know how it comes about, but it's very, very hard to stop. And with the 6-6-6 rule these days, which is kind of a good thing, I guess, you can't plonk 2 people behind a ball and just slow things down. So
that momentum is a thing, like it's not an actual
I know
it's mental.
Yeah.
Oppositions just start it's like the old theory is get the first one and then they'll start tightening up a bit.
Yeah.
So it's partly like,
and they it's coming too.
Yeah, they might come, and then it's like, geez, they're coming.
Yeah.
And so you're getting the swing of them changing of mentality.
And you go into your shell. Some go into their shells a little bit and just try and chip around. Like you said earlier, you go away from your game plan. If you're up by 4 goals and you've been playing an attacking brand of footy, you just try and chip around, slow it down, which is helps the opposition because it squeezes the ball up in your forward in the defensive half, so it's easier for them to press up. And you always say you watch these sides play boring for 3 quarters and down by 6 goals. All of a sudden they take the game on, they get back within 2 goals. You're like, well, why didn't you play all that for the first 3 quarters?
And Giants did that against Hawthorn. Like they kicked 5 goals or something to three-quarter time. They kicked 7 in the last.
Yeah, you say the Saints or Freo or something, playing this real dour defensive game. They're down by 5 goals. All of a sudden they, rip shit or bust, and all of a sudden they kick 4 goals in 5 minutes. You're like, well, where's that been?
Exactly.
Why don't you play all that all the time?
It's all mindset.
Yeah, well, of course it is. Yeah, so you play all that all the time. You're in front by 15 goals, but obviously, coaches are so defensively worried about their defense, about getting scores against it. They try and set up defensively so well and get on the rebound where sometimes you've got to take risks in footy, and that's why a lot of the good, successful sides take risks and take the game on and score really well.
I remember in 16 at the Giants, it was literally, we did win 16 games, but it was we would win by 40 or we would lose by 30.
Yeah.
And that was the theory was we're just going to go this way no matter what, because that's our game style and that works. And if the opposition is better and they actually counter us, then they're going to win by that much as well.
Yeah, but exactly.
15 and I think it was 15-7, so we'll take that. But momentum is hard. I think it can be stopped.
Oh, of course it can be stopped, but it's a hard thing to stop because you feel like everything's going against you. The ball just bounces the other way. You get all the 50-50 decisions go their way, and there's a big wave of momentum just going that way. And if the home crowd, the crowd gets into it, you're like, fuck. A lot of players will go into their shell and just try and hold the ball instead of sometimes you need to attack back instead of trying to
slow down.
Yeah, well, sometimes depending exactly. We just got to kick one here and stop their momentum, and then you can kick one by slowing it down and try and chip it around, chip through a press, or you can go right. Let's just fucking take it on. But if you take it on, you turn it over, then they kick goal. Someone like you who can be very opinionated out in the ground, you'd go, what the fuck are you doing?
What I was just about to get to the next point you're talking about. If and when you could stop momentum, who does it? How do you do it? Because I'm a big believer in...
Your leaders they would probably...
The best leaders, they just bang, stamp their foot on the game. Yeah. And they go, all right, this is what we're doing.
Or a leader will do something in the middle or do something proactive instead of slowing down the game, like a good leader will grab the ball out of the middle or take a big mark at half back or run down and do a big game-saving tackle or do something in the game to switch the momentum back your way. Big spoil, cross with fire, running back with a flight down back, or key forward comes up, takes a big pack mark when he shouldn't, or a small forward does it, beautiful front and centre, kicks this goal from nowhere. You know, you always say gets a run and play like fuck. They've had all the momentum down there, and then all of a sudden one little breakaway, they kick a goal. They've had no ball, and then all of a sudden it just deflates the opposition.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.